Hello, how are you? You all know what time of the month it is, right? It's time for our monthly sketchbook tour, which now happens on the first Friday of the month. I think that in the last video I actually didn't mention it, but before we had it every first Monday of the month, now it's every first Friday because our schedule got changed to the beginning of the weekend, I guess. So as you all know, I'll have to give a warning. Basically, disclaimer, I deal with sensitive topics in this entire series with a humorous tone of things that I went through. If you are not the type of person that enjoys dealing with that sort of thing in this sort of way, I recommend you click off this video. Always take care of yourself first. It's just my own way of dealing with things, okay? I won't really change that, but we are still in, I think that this is actually one of the last sketchbooks that is like this long one with the name wrong, which is also the last one that has the cover painted. So we are going to tour SKETCHBOOK Block 7. And you can really see why you should always varnish everything that you paint, because this guy has been through some things. Like, what is this? Is this mold? I don't think that this is mold. I think this is like bubbles, because I used to dilute the paint so that the paint wouldn't just be so thick on the cover, and I think that that's just water bubbles basically. This is, if you don't know, I separate my sketchbooks in different eras. This entire thing is part of a specific era of these sketchbooks that are long and have really thin paper basically, and this one is the last one with the cover painted. After this we will have a little break from these, and then afterwards I think that we come back to like the last two of these types, but those don't have the cover painted, which means that you will see the Barbie cover beneath these. But this is the last one, and I think we have some things to get through, okay? Oh great! We will have to get into some things, okay? So as you can see, I have a bunch of things censored here. Because we've been through some stuff, okay? So we have Surimu-chan. Why is Surimu-chan? But this is Surimu. Surimu is an older character that I created back in 2017, I think. And I abandoned in 2018, I think, like mid-2018. So she lived for a year and a half, and I abandoned her. And then I brought her back in 2020, because if you don't know, this is still 2020. I think that at this point I had a dream. I'm pretty sure that I had a dream. But I don't know why Slenderman is here. And honestly, there was like a whole thing, like, look, have you seen those dog days? Okay? Have you seen those dog days, okay? I like Slenderman, not that way, calm down. So I guess that they had a thing or something, I don't know why. But I know that I had a dream, but I don't know if it's the dream that I'm thinking of, which I cannot talk about, or if it's the dream that I'm thinking of that I can talk about. Because the dream that I'm thinking of that I can't talk about, but the other one that I think came later after that one is a dream where I basically went on a family trip, and for some reason a city was being attacked by a bunch of like huge demons, and I sort of fell in love with one of the demons, or like he was my boyfriend or something. I don't know what was going on, but basically that was the thing. So I know that at some point I made Surimu be with like that demon. I don't know if it's in this sketchbook but later or what, I don't know, but I guess that this is something. This, I know, if you watch the folder series, like these two here, if you watch the folder series, which is a series where I show my drawings that I made on loose paper instead of in these sketchbooks, there is a specific drawing from 2019, which I think is from the video like I embarrass myself publicly or something like that. I show like this drawing of Selena like reaching out like with a huge poofy dress, some hands that are like reaching towards her. I was going to redraw that, never happened. Here we have Thing. Thing is here. I remember that at the beginning, Thing was going to have like sort of shadowy, flowy hair. I don't know, it's like some weird thing. And this here is scary to me, okay? Because this means that I had forgotten that in this episode, we were going to get into that goddamn group chat that I was in. but we will have to talk about some things. So here's Surimu being Surimu, and this is Funchan. Funchan is dead. Funchan is dead. I should bring her back. Transparent. You silly little Surimu! Oh god! What happened to my girl? Why is she like that? So here we have me, basically. And then you're like, oh, unique you. Yes. Damn, look at those wings. But from last time, we are seeing a slight improvement because I'm starting to draw feathery stuff. Now, if I had a pencil here, I would draw it. Is this tip enough? Can you see that? I don't know, but like, you know, it's just like sort of, it's improving, right? Like we're slowly getting there. Look, we're slowly getting there. Like this is like drawn super quickly, okay? That doesn't represent how I actually draw wings. Background. I find it really interesting how I used to draw so small. Like these concepts. Nowadays I draw concepts a bit bigger, I think. Is it really that much bigger now that I think about it? But I think that I draw bigger, and basically this is like a quarter of the size of what I draw nowadays. It's so small, but like overall I drew really small. Remember that when I drew like this was so big, and I was like, damn, how am I going to fit that in a picture? Nowadays I take a picture of like this big of a drawing, and I'm like, damn, that's small. Here I was trying to redraw that same drawing again that I showed last time, which was a redraw from the time before. It was just... The first time it just turned out almost perfect, but at the same time it was just too small and something, and just wasn't turning out. Here it's Funchan. Funchan was Funchanning. If there was peace in the world only for a moment. Oh, this is a draw this in your style. I thought that this was Funchan. Wait, is this Funchan and this isn't, or is this just the same thing? Was I just repurposing this perspective here? I have no idea, but this is a draw this in your style. Is this a lyric from a song again? I remember that I used to use a bunch of lyrics of songs, which I should do again. Honestly, I was thinking about that, I think last night, how I could draw something. Sometimes I feel like doing animatics for songs, but at the same time I don't want to, because sometimes you get, you know, your post taken down because you use copyrighted music. Not very cool, because some places force you... Also, what the fuck is this here? That's disgusting. Places force you to use music because it's a feature for you to get reach, and at the same time they punish you for it, so it's very, you know, contradictory. Here I was doing a concept for 178 carrying some sunflowers. I think that this drawing actually looks quite cute, if I have to say. Like, the anatomy is very, very stylized, but in a believable way at this point. I really like the way that the body has just movement and whatnot. This, cityscape. Sometimes I like cityscapes. I never did one after, like, what, 2022? I'm not going to explain. Bunch of drawings. Here I was trying to do perspective. You know that perspective that you see, like, from up, down? Up to down is crazy. From down to up, like, you see their chin from below, sort of. What kind of explanation is this? But you get it, right? I was trying to do that. I like that view a lot, more so than the top to down. That one I like too, but, you know, it just gives a little something. Here we have me suffering, I guess. I don't know. Those collarbones here. Crazy. What happened to you? No, why is she squished? What happened? Little Black Riding Hood Cherry version. Oh, great. So, Cherry U now had a mix of Little Red Riding Hood in it, I guess. I mean, if we go the whole Alice in Wonderland thing, I guess that other fairy tales and stuff can be included, right? Little Red Riding Hood Selena? Okay, so there was Cherry U and there was also Selena, I guess? I don't know, also... Let's just not even talk about it. Dark Bride. Oh, God. Ed Sheeran song? Ed Sheeran thinking out loud for dancing anatomy? What? I never in my life liked any Ed Sheeran song. Why? I also don't understand. Is there a music video of Ed Sheeran where there is like good anatomy reference? What is going on? Anyways, let's ignore that. This is a drawing that I actually finished fully, which I used a more painterly style for, which was a more detailed way that I used to draw, which wasn't worth it at all. Spending so much time on those because nothing really changed all that much. But it was, honestly, this has more movement than the one that I remember finishing. And this is basically Selena being like a bride, but it's fully black and something. This is eating strawberries, which is a vision that I had. I remember walking in the street with my mom. I think that we were going to the supermarket or something. And I just had this vision of like, it just pops up randomly in your head and you're like, oh God, I can't forget that. So then you go draw it. There was like a mirror behind it and there was like sort of bed and Selena was eating strawberries, I guess, half naked. So 26th of May of 2020 at 8 p.m. on point. I want to practice anatomy so hard I'm going to be better than... Oh. I'm pretty sure that these people don't have their same usernames anymore, so I think that it should be fine not censoring it. I want to be amazing. I am going to be amazing. Oh, great. At some point I was like really into becoming a great artist and just like really pushing myself, which is also why I improved so hard in 2020 and so quickly, because I really wanted to become sort of like the great next artist, something like that. It's not the right way to express it, but I want to be like a professional and really skilled and whatnot, but really quickly. That never happened. Surprise! I don't think that I will ever get to that point. Not that I'm not able to, which to some extent I'm really not able to. So there are many limiting factors for me to become the next great artist or something along those lines. I don't have an easy way for that, so you know, almost basically not achievable unless I have like huge amounts of luck. Plus I don't think that even I, with a decade-long experience that I have, or even more so because I drew before that, but like with this anime art style, you know, drawing people, even with the decade-long experience that I have, I don't think that I would be able to get there. I don't think that I have that sort of skill. I don't know, it's just very unrealistic to think that. And those two artists were artists that drew really great, right? And they were really looked up to. There's a weird thing in this group chat that I will have to get into at some point, which is what brought me issues there with one artist specifically. We'll get into that in a bit. But those two artists drew really well, and I really looked up to them and wanted to sort of become like someone on their level. Pan actually gave me a lot of advice at that point, which is weird thinking back because they didn't really like me. And I'm going to say that just straight up because someone from that group chat that I actually still get along with told me that directly, which I found out later, not at that point, but they gave me some really great advice on how to improve, which I still take to heart, and I really appreciate that because thanks to them that I improved so quickly. Which is nice, I guess. So, art block. Very straight up. So here I was trying to do perspective still, but I still used the cube. That's not how things work. Here I was trying to do foreshortening. Oh, this is a drawing that I actually finished. This is basically fear, or representing fear, and silhouettes. Oh, this is where I started doing silhouettes. But this is another artist from that group, and here I like did a background. I did a drawing for them of like this rose garden in purple with their character, which honestly, very ugly drawing, but I think it's sweet. Me and this artist got along really well, at least I believed so, and I really liked them. Later I'll find out some weird things. At this time I really thought, because they had like their best friend, they were like these two best friends, one was like a dark gothic and one was like a sort of, I mean, not really light gothic, but like in a Lolita sort of style, which sort of gets into the same like white gothic sort of look. They were like complete opposites, except for that this one light, like Lolita style artist was just put on a pedestal. They were treated like a god in this group chat by absolutely everyone. And when I joined that chat, I was like hanging out, like getting to know the people. I just found that really, 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 really weird. So I didn't partake in that. And the people really did not like me not partaking in that. They just got so mad to the point that that artist thought that I didn't like them. And I was like, no, it's not that I don't like you. You do remind me a lot of a person that I feel like is still following me to every point because I had a bad experience with them, but I know that you aren't. I just don't want to put you on that pedestal. And then they threw me out of the group chat. Basically, and then they all started trash talking me behind my back, basically. So that was great. My mental health did not appreciate that because I was not doing well at that point either. But anyways, so this is me drawing. I think that is it. I actually colored it in. It was basically, 178, the violin stuff and whatnot. But this drawing actually is quite nice. Again, the anatomy is stylized in a way that's believable. I actually think that it's really cute. It's very cartoony, but in a way that works. Here I was trying to sort of change things up with the face. Oh look, OBS, great. Nowadays I use OBS, I think that most people do silhouette stuff. It's great that I started doing silhouette stuff. Why is there a building in the shape of an S? I have no idea. Window and just stuff. Me just poking a rock. This is a drawing that I finished, but it didn't turn out how I wanted it to. So I guess that's something. This sort of thing that you will see continue on of me doing a drawing character and then hair just flowing upwards. You will see that more so in the future. I did that quite a bit. Me as a clown in a circus. I need to draw this. Oh god. Also, another thing, if you see any sort of sketch that you want me to draw in a future video, let me know the timestamp and the description of the drawing so that I can recognize which one it is down in the comments. That at some point I want to get to a video where I redraw these sketches. This is a drawing that I made for that same artist that I got along with in that group chat, where I don't know what we were doing. We were just joking around and basically I gender bended them. I made a gender bend of them, but really hot. I think that we were joking around, something like that, and I don't know. I guess that I did finish it. I remember that at first I was going to put their female version down below there. It was just us joking around. You want another weird fact about this whole thing? Those two best friends were actually the same person. So it's not that I got along with one and didn't get along with the other. We got along. I just don't know who they really were. Were they one, were they the other, were they both? What is real, You don't get to know what is real in those cases, but whatever. We got along, I guess, but also we didn't. I don't know, it's such a weird thing. I was trying to do... As you can see, I was drawing males here. I wasn't the one to draw males that often. But nowadays, I actually draw a lot of male characters nowadays. But I just, I was trying to draw more males and push myself out of my comfort zone, improve, and it was just hard. That artist, I guess, or the character, at the time. After that whole ordeal, they changed to another group chat, and then they had some issues there as far as I know, and they just completely disappeared off the face of the earth. Which is a shame. They drew really well, and I really hope that they're doing okay nowadays. I also hope that they don't see my videos because, I don't know, it's just not a fun time to remember. I think that I at least hope, on my case, I grew a lot as a person, and I'm very sorry for the way things went down. But I just, at the same time, I'm too embarrassed. I have to be honest, I'm just too embarrassed. This was supposed to be my dog, and my guy. Not that he is a very pretty dog, okay? He really is. I have to be honest. My dog is not a pretty dog. He's just an ugly little fellow, but I really did not do him justice there. This is the movie at the time. Why is he bleeding from his forehead? Weird. Also, why did he have he looks like a cockatiel bird. What's going on? We won't even talk about Jeff the Killer, okay? We won't get into it. Why is it? Look at the... Why? I didn't drew... I did... You know what? Whoa! How did I notice the amount of space here, but I didn't notice this? Damn! This looks like those breads that are shaped in a bear that have just like huge abs. This is exactly that. This was the concept for the Xelium Paradise Corrupted cover, which at the time I renamed it to Killing Touch. At first it was Xelium's Life. When I first created it, sort of, like kinda, when I made it like into a story, it was Xelium's Life. Then it was Killing Touch. It stayed like Xelium's Life for a few years, I think since like I don't remember if 2015, I think it was 2016 to like 2019 then, or I mean like the beginning of 2020, and then it became Killing Touch in 2020 and stayed like that until, I have no idea, maybe like 2021 or 2022, and then it became Xelium Paradise Corrupted afterwards. This is Henry. I think that I was going to draw us both in like a circus style. This is 178 with the mask. They had a mask, that's the thing, with the CCP or something. It's a weird name, I don't remember the name of the story that I made. CCRP Experiment 178, I think is the name of 178's story. And no, we won't talk about that, okay? I remember that she used like this mask because of this whole like lab thing. It's a weird story, okay? Bellissimo Dog Marvel. This is a copyright-free song, but I really love it. If I remember to play it in the back here, you will hear it. But I love this song. I actually listened to this song. Used to listen to the song on like just unironically, okay? I listen to it not just as background music like in a video, but actually listen to the music itself. Concept, whole social media ordeal, right, where you get a bit too addicted to it. I actually have a serious issue right now where I'm trying to stop with the whole social media thing again because I'm getting a bit too invested in it. Pinterest will be the death of me. This silhouette was too big, yeah, because then I have to like draw so much, you know. Here's more backgrounds. Here I was trying to like draw a different face, sort of. And I think that it looks cute, but I don't know. Here I tried putting that face to use, and here's Cherry U being Cherry U. Then more stuff. Fin neck, so maybe if I do a thinner neck of men, I will like it more. No, I don't think that's the issue. I have to say, I think that your issue is more anatomy-wise than anything. I know this looks young. Does this look old or any other one? I don't know. None of this looks really old. All of them look kind of like poopy. I like this upper body, but I don't know where to place the tits. Maybe where they shouldn't be placed. You ever thought of that? Like, there is a head, there is a neck, there are like shoulders, there is the collarbone, then there is like the torso. You know, here is a bone, very important bone called the rib cage. And sort of on top of that is placed like some good old titties, and then they sort of go down. Here's the waist, because the waist is where the rib cage ends, and then they sort of connect there because there's a thing called a spine, and it connects to hips. You know, hips, those are connectors to what? Legs. Great thing to know, right? I like this Cherry U. I think that for the hair I actually used water-based brush pens, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Oh great! You're practicing perspective. Should I try to read this for you? Now, this is the thing, right? I can tell you, I know how perspective works. I just don't use this information. I prefer doing anything than using this, okay? I could, but I just don't want to. A lot of times when I place an object inside a perspective line with like the 3 points and whatnot, I don't want to. I just really don't want to. It's just too much effort. I prefer doing things just by my head. So perspective, vanishing point, VP. Oh great, I had to shorten it. Why? Because I can't read? Why? Horizon line, diagonal lines, ground plane. Right, 2-point perspective all the day? No, it should start with 1, then we get to 2, and then we get to 3, right? An ant's eye view and bird's eye view. Yeah, this is ant, because an ant looks up and the bird looks down. Wow, okay. Oh, improvement. I get it. Remember how I said that I wanted to be like the great next artist? Let's just put it that way because I don't have any better way to describe it. Though that's not what I mean. I mean like becoming like a professional, one of the big artists, like being that good. But I'll just call it the great next artist because I find it funny. I was trying to improve, so I tried doing perspective because when you want to do like more complicated stuff, you use perspective. Then we have male anatomy because at this point I had a lot of issues with that, so I probably looked up a tutorial, which I can see like it works, sure, but the way that knowledge was used or presented wasn't exactly the way that you should learn things, because if you want to draw something, you need to understand how it works fundamentally. No, you don't need to know how every single cell and every single organ inside that body works, but at least bone structure and muscles, okay? And I didn't learn that. I just learned like shapes, I guess. Oh, this drawing is cute. So this is Selena and Jellish. They're laying down. I really like their face there. It's just like so dead inside and done. Which at this point, they had a complicated life, okay? Not that now they have it easy, they really don't. So here is this supposed to be me like sleeping or something? I don't know. This is I'll get into that in a bit. The movie being the movie. What's happening to my voice? The movie being the movie. Jellish being Jellish. We won't even get into that. So here I had like an idea of like basically a drawing and then connecting it to my real self. So like we would make a heart, basically. Me singing and suffering. Here you can see that I just really pushed like gravity out of the way. Like gravity had no existence here. Anxiety peak is high. Ooh. Here are some drawing dresses. Old dresses? I like old dresses, okay? At some point in my life, I am 100% sure that I will actually sew myself a gunny sacks dress, because I don't know if you knew this, but in South America, there was no gunny sacks. There were dresses similar. Even nowadays, there are actually people that dress similarly to what a like furry dress, gunny sacks sort of dress is, because that sort of style is actually still used here, specifically by the evangelic Christian people. I have one that's actually quite similar that I wear because it's sort of like a gunny sacks dress, but I wear it because I like it. I like it to each their own, right? Anxiety peak is high. I can't really draw that much. I think that is why I won't be filling the pages that much. Motivation to draw is very low. I think that at this point I was actually banned from the group chat. I know that at this point in my life, I was not doing well emotionally and mentally and anything really, which affected me physically too, so I wasn't doing well in any way, shape or form. And then when I had this whole issue with the group chat where they sort of confronted me and were like, how dare you hate this person? I was like, I don't hate them. I'm sort of afraid of them, sure, because they remind me of someone, but I don't hate them. We were getting along. And they were like, you two were getting along. Why can't you get along anymore? No, I was like, but I am getting along. I don't have any issue with them. I'm just sort of afraid. They were like, we hate you, but that didn't really do me all that well. It's whatever. I wasn't doing well. I can't say that I didn't do anything wrong, because I probably did. I could have done things differently and better and just, but at the same time, I wasn't going to worship this person. I really wasn't. But I didn't have any issues with them either. I was just afraid because people scare me. Especially people that stalk you. Those are scary. So here I am looking at an iPad. I remember that at this point I really wanted an iPad, but if you don't know, if you're from the US, which I think that the majority of you are, if I'm not mistaken, you know how an iPad is expensive, right? For you specifically. Now imagine someone who doesn't get paid in dollars, okay? Who has a very devalued money thing, having to pay in dollars, the same price that you have to pay. How expensive that gets. But it's funny looking back. I actually never bought a tablet. What I did buy is, let's see if I can grab it, is this. It's a bit dirty, okay? Don't mind it. It's been through things. I've cleaned this at least weekly, but I bought a little graphics tablet, I guess. You know, this has been with me since 2020. I think that at some point we should actually see me buying that, because at this point I still drew on my mother's phone. I mean, I drew on my papers, of course, but like I colored these in on my mother's phone. Oh god, will I have to censor things? No. So we are getting close to my birthday. I know that this drawing right here, this concept was made for my birthday specifically. So this means, does this mean? Yeah, I think that this means that I was actually like, I was not in contact with those artists anymore. Why are they just standing there like that? So like here is where the black garden actually started taking more shape. And this was going to be thing. And then I was like sort of reaching out to him like that one like God and his creation sort of painting style. Because when I started looking a lot at those old paintings, and I was like, that makes sense for like, I also draw. I make my own creations, right? So I would basically be a god to them. So I might as well do something like that. But he is just completely naked, so... No dilly dolly here. Bathtub, drowning stuff. Can I show that? I hope not. So this is basically like an axe, you know, chopping with an axe. Street, I don't know what, why. This was Remo again. I know by that hair. Those bangs, I can recognize these bangs right here, those little ribbony band, no band, stop. Bang things, I can recognize those anywhere. More like hair flowing up stuff, and not even going to talk about it. I really like the expression though. Like I was trying to draw a crazed person, and I drew that crazed person. So it turned out. I drew like these backgrounds with colors. I can't even identify one thing in this. I can't. I still want to draw at some point like a music box sort of drawing. I've been meaning to since 2020, and to this day I still haven't. Oh, this is actually quite cute. I like just how round and cute it is. Here I tried like doing a different face, but I squished the face so much. I was trying to draw like someone basically that had their cheekbones, I can talk, more prominent, so you know, let's just sort of, you know, just sort of more prominent like that. I was trying to draw this, but since I squished the face so much, I couldn't. It's like if I tried drawing that with my chibi style, I couldn't, you know. It's just too squished. Now, this is another artist that I met at the time, because as you all know, I have an issue with liking creepypasta since forever, okay? And I never really stopped. That's what those dog days is about. And I had met this artist just actually not even by chance. I was just joking around. Like, I remember that he had shaved his eyebrows and he was like afraid that it turned out bad. And I just randomly messaged him and was like, no, they're good. And then we just started chatting and we got along. I don't know. I think that a lot of times I still remember this guy, and I really hope that he's doing well nowadays, because we sort of fell apart. Like, we started distancing ourselves after a few months of talking, and then we stopped talking. Then he like stopped drawing as well, at least on that account. I don't know if he still draws nowadays or not, but I hope he's doing well. You might actually find his art on Pinterest, because I have, which is cool, sort of. This is a draw this in your style for Tan Banana. Is their username still Tan Banana? But like, I was storyboarding this, they had to draw this in your style. If their username is still Tan Banana, which great username by the way. I remember that their art was so good, so good. It's just delicious. But I remembered that they had this art style, and I was like, I'm going to do like an animatic or animation or something for it, because I just felt really inspired by it. And then I never did. Huh. So, who is this? Is this the same? So this is Cherryu. I had to censor it because... No, you know, which you can see some stuff in the back here, which I don't know if I probably have to censor it too. So this, I don't know if this is supposed to be Cherryu as well, or if this is someone else. This might be nostalgia now that I think about it, because of those just huge eyelashes. If you don't know, Nostalgia and 178 have just huge eyelashes. They just like, they are really blessed and lash. basically, sort of like that. So this might be nostalgia. So you remember how I mentioned at the beginning that I had a dream? This is the dream. And I didn't know that I put Cherry U together with him. I mean, that makes sense, sort of, if you know kind of what the story of the Cherry U story is about, the Pekluva, Purgatory Corrupted story is about. It makes sense. But yeah, the moon when Selena calls God, something like this for the animatic thing. I was planning an animatic, I guess, and Selena was going to give God a call and be like, bro, what's going on? And then the moon was going to answer because I guess, I don't know. Is this still part of this or is this something else? I have no idea. Ooh, me trying to practice kissing. This is one thing that I still don't really know how to draw unless I'm using like a reference, okay? I have to be honest. Kissing is just one thing that doesn't work for me. It just doesn't get across in my head. I bought calligraphy pens that are water-based and I use that for drawing because of the brush pens. These though were very poor quality brush pens, but I use them anyways because it works. Me doing line of action stuff. If you don't know, line of action is a website that gives you a specific time for you to draw a bunch of different pictures that pushes you out of your comfort zone for you to do basically, what is it called? It's like practicing. It's just like getting your wrist loose and gesture drawings. I got there. For you to do gesture drawings, and I was doing that and practicing, and I don't think that I can show the next page because there are naked people, and if you saw it, you saw it. If you don't look at it. Jealous, just randomly in there, and can I show the next page? I'm afraid. But you can see, like, with me doing these gesture drawings, I started improving a bit. Here was doing different types of people, but they're still in my art style, so is it really? More gesture drawings. Damn. I really pushed myself. And then we have Surimu, which finally she's dressed. It's really interesting to see how much Surimu has changed as a character, which at the beginning there were like this serious, almost like antisocial being, and then they became this sort of kind of horny. Nowadays they're just really serious again, but less antisocial, more so like serious, preppy, rich kid, because that's what they are, which doesn't make sense because her father did not raise her that way, but she sort of adapted that because it felt like she had to be that way so that her family could keep succeeding. Me drawing a guy. This is still from Line of Action. Line of Action stuff. Oh, I can't show that. Guys, how am I going to show any of this? There's just so much naked people here. I can't. Me doing calligraphy. This says hi, I don't know what I'm doing. Then we had, oh great, comeback of the mini comics, which are basically just random sketches of me saying something. Today I was tired all day, I didn't really do anything at all. At least my comic chibi style somehow improved. Somehow, you literally studied a bunch of anatomy, studied perspective, kind of studied, I guess, the male anatomy stuff, but like you did gesture drawings and whatnot. How do you think that you just improved somehow? Obviously, you improved, you actually practiced. Here's the thing. Now, these little thingies, it's not that he's thingy. Which now looking at it sort of looks like he's just a guy that doesn't take showers, but remember how I said that like his hair was sort of made of shadow stuff, so it's like shadowy, like fiery bits. Imagine fire, but in a shadow form. And you're like pulling up fabric, I guess. Great. So at this point, Surimu changed again to being a sort of doll, like a ball-jointed doll. I don't know, I was getting into a sort of Lolita-ish fashion, which I still really adore, and I wish that I could get my hands on Lolita-style magazines, but I can't. These faces look quite cute, expression-wise, and I don't have anything else to say. This chin is insane. But I mean, if you have a chin that's crazy, congrats. Me doing pigtail stuff. I don't know, is this supposed to be Surimu as well, or is it not? I can't tell. This looks crazy, but in a great way. Also, bald girls, love of my life. thing with his shadowy arm bits and hair bits and everything else bits, which we don't talk about his bits, okay? Elf? What's with me drawing this bald girl? I should bring the bald girl back. Cherry and stuff, I guess. Here is the creator's old design. Remember how in last sketchbook tour I mentioned that the creator had this sort of alien design, like sort of armored alien design with like these crystal fingers. This is the design, which honestly, interesting design. It's almost bug-like, which I really like. This is Jellish, me drawing more faces. Eyes, trying to draw different eyes. I still need to paint the cover. Oh great, I still hadn't painted this cover. And then we have the last page, which is me with a sky. I really like doing these skies that sort of circle in itself. The most recent one that I did is this one of this animation that I made of Bimb Angel handing Slenderman, that is a tree, fertilizer. In that one I also drew like the tree in looking, you look up at the tree and like he is surrounded by these trees like in a circle, basically. May 20th to August 10th, which is the longest, I guess, time that we've spent with one of these sketchbooks, which was a good thing because I improved quite a bit, I think, especially with the gesture drawings and whatnot. And I will only show this sketchbook this time around because I'm pretty sure that this video is quite long already because I just speak too much. Basically, we get stories of Angelkilll having friendship issues, which isn't all that new, I guess, and Angelkilll having issues with wanting to become the great next artist. None of which really, you know, came to fruition either way. I hope you have a nice day and night. Oh, wait, no, I should give you a preview for next one. Calm down. Give me a moment. So, next sketchbook is this one, which is very cute. It has little donuts and has a cute little drawing. I'm pretty sure that I can't show you the first page because, you know, it has things, but... Oh, it's censored. Okay. Sketchbook 8. This is the first time that we have an actual first, like, page. 2.0. Was there a first one? I don't remember any other one, I just know this one. So the foot is wrong, but it looks cute. Yeah, this foot is like, they broke her foot. But since she's a doll, I guess it makes sense. So this is sketchbook 8. Welcome. What do we have first? Can't show that, she's naked. Yeah, I guess I can show it. I was dating these, so 11 of August 2020, 12 of August 2020. This is Fun-chan. Here I was trying to draw different eyes. Then more Fun-chan. Then we have a Selena. I was going to make a reference sheet. Fun-chan smiling. Like, sometimes I drew noses, sometimes I didn't. And it just looked really odd when I didn't draw it. Smiling. Trying to draw different faces. You can recognize a lot of these characters. Eyes, doing different eye stuff. She thick. This. She thick. Ah, this is from You and Me and Her, a love story. I love the art style of Tsuji Santa, who is the artist that drew the entire art for You and Me and Her, which is a visual novel. I just love their art. They are also the artists for Supersonico, and I can't talk more about Supersonico because no. And I really wanted to get inspired by their art, so that's cool. Henry, you see the improvement? You see the improvement? We're starting to improve. I think that in this sketchbook, I actually started studying quite a bit. This looks weird. Oh, what's wrong? What's drawing? I was talking again. I'm just having conversations with Henry. Then Thing being Thing. And we're going to get into some cool stuff. Oh look, I was playing Zelda. I know Zelda. I know Zelda when I see it. This is the Nintendo DS one. The one before the train. Phantom Hourglass. I remember. Social media issues. Look, Surimon. I think that this was actually the sketch for that one watercolor drawing that I made of Surimon and Selena. and more studies. You see, just out of nowhere, I improved. We can actually, let's find a Surimo, no, 178 cartoon. And then there's one right at the beginning. There we go. You can just see, I just improved. I can't be the only one that sees it. Maybe it's because I actually put more detail in the eye or something, but even the bodies. Like, I changed the way that I drew bodies. I actually was slowly unchibifying them, and that just really did me a lot of help. Draw famous people, draw challenges, and draw sexy women. Yeah, if you want to get a following. This is your way to do that. Oh, this is the redraw of that drawing that I made back in 2019. Yeah. Great little sketch here. I love that. Next video, we have a banger to get through. So I hope that you look forward to that. That'll come around the first Friday of next month. I hope you have a nice day and I hope to see you next time. Bye!